berberine, an ingredient often compared to metformin or presented as the natural Ozempic. These medications that are making a lot of noise, in America, they help reduce blood sugar, improve insulin sensitivity, and ultimately promote weight loss. But is that really the case for berberine? Can it really help us lose weight? What are the mechanisms of action, and most importantly, what do scientific studies say? Let's take stock now. In this video, we will focus solely on the effects on weight loss, as there are other benefits related to the consumption of berberine, but we'll cover that in another video. Berberine is a plant alkaloid, extracted from bark, leaves, stems, and roots, used for a long time in traditional Chinese medicine for managing various health issues. Its ability could be powerful in reducing blood sugar levels, even rivaling some anti-diabetic medications. Okay, we will look together at its action on insulin, blood sugar regulation, and lipid markers. But what is the secret of berberine? Berberine primarily works by activating several enzymes that can impact weight loss. In this video, we will look at one of them, which is AMPK. Really cool enzyme. I like it a lot. It is naturally stimulated when we exercise or fast. This enzyme plays a crucial role in energy regulation and production. It increases energy expenditure by stimulating fat oxidation and glucose uptake, which leads to better insulin sensitivity. Basically, it optimizes overall energy use according to the body's needs. So, the AMPK enzyme promotes calorie expenditure by activating catabolic pathways. It encourages the body to burn energy rather than store it. Another point, berberine, through the activation of AMPK, helps suppress lipid synthesis while promoting their breakdown, which leads to a significant reduction in circulating lipids in the blood. More specifically, berberine positively affects blood lipids by increasing the number of LDL receptors. The more these receptors are present and active, the faster the rate at which LDL cholesterol is eliminated. Berberine can reduce cholesterol through other mechanisms, such as lowering cholesterol, by interfering with its absorption in the intestines and its release into the blood. As a reminder, LDL is often called the bad cholesterol because, in excess, LDL accumulates in the walls of the arteries, which increases cardiovascular risk. And that's not all, because berberine also helps stimulate other enzymes like protein kinase C and sirtuins 1. These enzymes are involved in insulin sensitivity and metabolism. Sirtuins, if you've heard of them before, are often mentioned in the context of longevity. They are enzymes involved in the regulation of aging, inflammation, and cellular metabolism. Through these mechanisms, they can improve blood sugar levels, lipid profiles, and reduce inflammation. And this in a significant way. In short, let's not get sidetracked. We're focusing on weight loss. By the way, for those wondering why reducing insulin is important when trying to lose weight, know that high insulin levels block fat oxidation and their conversion into energy in the mitochondria. By reducing insulin, we directly promote the use of stored fats, facilitating their elimination in the form of energy, thus calories. Yes, in the end, we always come back to the same point. We try to burn more calories than we consume. And calories remain the most important factor. Certainly, better blood sugar control can greatly help you. It's true that it's better to have it on your side, but calories remain the key to weight loss. There you have it, it said. So, a low insulin level allows you to use fats as fuel instead of storing them. Wait. You're still not subscribed and you still haven't given a like. We'll wait. Sorry, we're waiting. Ben, there you go. Thank you. It's just a little click, but it helps me a lot. How does berberine reduce blood sugar? Thanks to the activation of enzymes we saw earlier, AMPK, protein kinase C, and sirtuins 1, berberine leads to better energy utilization, increased insulin sensitivity, and improved mitochondrial function. This promotes the reduction of blood sugar levels. And so, reducing blood sugar helps lower the risk of diabetes, obesity, and cardiovascular diseases. There is even an animal study that found that the activation of sirtuins 1 through berberine helps improve mitochondrial functions. And, as a result, lowers blood sugar and reduces obesity. Well, this study was conducted on rats. By the way, speaking of studies, what does science say about all this? In this meta-analysis, 50 randomized controlled trials involving 4,150 men and women aged on average from 40 to 82 years, suffering from type 2 diabetes. Supplementation with berberine improved biomarkers of blood sugar control, blood lipids, and inflammatory biomarkers. Our meta-analysis by apnea of 11 other meta-analyses was conducted. The daily doses of berberine ranged from 600 milligrams to 1,650 milligrams. The duration of intervention varied from 9 to 28 weeks. What were the results? Supplementation with berberine improved biomarkers of blood sugar control and inflammation biomarkers. And otherwise, do we have studies on weight loss? In people with pre-existing metabolic issues, berberine could potentially induce weight loss, according to these studies. However, despite having few studies, the few studies involving healthy participants did not show the same results. Are there any side effects? Despite its many benefits, berberine can cause digestive issues like diarrhea, constipation, or abdominal pain, especially at the start of supplementation. So, be cautious of drug interactions and anticoagulants. If you are taking these medications, then consult your doctor or a healthcare professional before taking berberine. Because it is true, due to its ability to lower blood sugar, high doses of berberine can increase the risk of hypoglycemia. Which form of berberine to choose? There are several forms, but we will favor berberine hydrochloride, as it is the most common and the best scientifically documented. However, there is a much better absorbed form, dihydroberberine, with a bioavailability up to 5 times higher than standard berberine, while reducing potential gastrointestinal side effects that we mentioned just before. And that would come from the fact that it has a bioavailability. Thank you. But what is the problem? It is currently not authorized in Europe. Yes, we are always a bit behind, whether in France or in Europe, when it comes to dietary supplements and certain active ingredients. Let's talk about dosage between 300 milligrams and 1 g for berberine hydrochloride. That's what we see in the scientific literature. But in Europe, the regulated dosage is 350 milligrams per day. That's why, in our complex, we have 350 milligrams of berberine. In summary, berberine has real scientific foundations to support its effects on weight loss by acting on key enzymes. So, it helps improve insulin sensitivity, mitochondrial functions, and reduce blood sugar levels. But, let's be realistic, it's not a magic pill either. It is there to help, especially for people with metabolic disorders. But without at least some effort on diet, physical activity, or lifestyle. Healthy, don't expect miracles. And since you've stayed until the end, which proves you're at least somewhat serious, a free ebook to download via the link in the description. It gives you all the essential basics to lose weight under the best possible conditions. Because, as its name suggests, ignorance weighs heavily, and knowledge truly can make a difference. Alright, with that, let's meet over there.